is a scientist? The word scientist is a general term, used to describe someone who researches and examines various aspects of the physical world in order to attain a better understanding of how things work and function. There are many specializations of scientists, and depending on which field of study one chooses to follow, the work can vary greatly. Each scientist, however, follows a scientific method, which is a strict set of rules that ensure all new discoveries are factual and not just speculation. What does a scientist do? Scientists work in every field imaginable, and can therefore be found working for an expansive range of employers. Large and small companies will hire scientists to work on products and research projects. Universities will hire scientists to do research work or to teach. Governments and hospitals issue research grants and hire scientists to work on funded projects. Regardless of the path the scientist decides to follow, the ultimate goal is to always add knowledge and insight to the larger scientific community, as well as to help ignite new discoveries for the future. What is a chemist? Did you love science as a kid? Was your erupting volcano the best in your class? You were probably a chemist in the making. A chemist is a scientist who researches chemical substances, performs experiments with the properties of chemical substances, measures the effects of chemical compounds in various situations, and studies interchemical reactions. Almost every industry benefits from the theories and chemical compounds brought about by research in the chemical sciences. What does a chemist do? A chemist will often work as part of a larger research team in order to create much-needed compounds for use in a wide variety of practical applications. A chemist also works to improve the quality of established chemical products and utilizes advanced computer programs to establish new technologies in the field. All chemists work with simple forms of matter to either reach a greater understanding of the chemical itself, uncover the elements of unfamiliar substances, or create entirely new chemical compounds for use in a variety of applications. What is a biochemist? Are you interested in being one of the people that develop new drugs and medications, such as those used to treat cancer or Alzheimer's disease? Consider a career as a biochemist. A biochemist studies the chemical and physical principles of living things and of biological processes such as cell development, growth, and heredity. Biochemists who do applied research develop products and processes that improve our lives. For example, in medicine, biochemists and biophysicists develop tests used to detect diseases, genetic disorders, and other illnesses. What does a biochemist do? Biochemists work in basic and applied research. Basic research is conducted without any immediately known application. The goal is simply to expand human knowledge. Applied research is directed towards solving a particular problem. A biochemist involved in basic research may study the genetic mutations in organisms that lead to cancer and other diseases. Others may study the evolution of plants and animals to understand how genetic traits are carried through successive generations. Applied research in biochemistry and biophysics has many uses outside of medicine. In agriculture, biochemists develop genetically engineered crops that are more resistant to drought, disease, insects, and other afflictions. Biochemists also develop alternative fuels, such as biofuels, renewable energy sources from plants. In addition, they develop ways to protect the environment and clean up pollution. A biochemist will also use electron microscopes, lasers, and other laboratory instruments and equipment to carry out their research. They use advanced technologies to conduct scientific experiments and analysis. For example, they use computer modeling software to determine the three-dimensional structures of proteins and other molecules. Those involved in biotechnology research use chemical enzymes to synthesize recombinant DNA. Most biochemists work on research teams. Research projects are often interdisciplinary, and biochemists frequently work with experts in other fields, such as physics, chemistry, computer science, and engineering. What is a marine biologist? A marine biologist is someone who is interested in learning and studying marine organisms and what their lives are like in their natural habitats. There are a vast array of career choices one can pick from studying large ocean animals and what they eat to investigating environmental conditions that often affect them. Everything from whales to microscopic organisms, and everything else in between, can become a specialization. Research projects are at the heart of what most marine biologists do, whether it be actually collecting specimens in the field, compiling research data, finding real-life applications for the research data, or classroom teaching. Marine biology is a learning and research field and is an umbrella term that houses many specializations. In a nutshell, marine biologists study a variety of organisms and ecosystems in the ocean and other saltwater environments. While jobs for marine biologists can vary from place to place, the following list includes some general responsibilities. Marine biotechnologist. A variety of products can be derived or developed from marine animals and plants. This is a specialized area of marine biotechnology, which also includes aquaculture, where aquatic organisms are grown for food, fuel, cosmetics, and pharmaceuticals. Marine biotechnology applications can be quite diverse and can range from extracting new cancer treatments to seaweed farming. Scientists trained in marine biology, microbiology, chemistry, genomics and bioinformatics are sought out to work for new pharmaceutical companies that concentrate on developing new drugs from marine resources. Marine biotechnology can be described as making practical and effective use of marine macro or microorganisms to make products, technologies, and processes available. It covers areas such as health, aquaculture, cosmetics, industrial products and processes, food supplement, feed, and plant protection. What is a microbiologist? A microbiologist is someone who studies the growth, development, and characteristics of microscopic organisms such as bacteria, algae, and fungi. They work in laboratories and offices, where they conduct scientific experiments and analyze the results. What does a microbiologist do? Most microbiologists work in research and development. Many conduct basic research with the aim of increasing scientific knowledge. Others conduct applied research, using knowledge from basic research to develop new products or solve particular problems. For example, microbiologists help to develop genetically engineered crops, biofuels, and ways to protect the environment. Microbiologists use computers and a wide variety of sophisticated laboratory instruments to do their experiments and analyze the results. For example, they use powerful electron microscopes to study bacteria. They use advanced computer software to analyze the growth of microorganisms found in samples. An increasing number of scientific research projects involve multiple disciplines, and it is common for microbiologists to work on teams with technicians and scientists in other fields. For example, microbiologists researching new drugs may work with medical scientists and biochemists to develop new medicines such as antibiotics and vaccines. As another example, microbiologists in medical diagnostic laboratories work alongside physicians, nurses, medical laboratory technologists and technicians and other health professionals to help prevent, treat, and cure diseases. What is the workplace of a microbiologist like? Microbiologists typically work in laboratories and offices, where they conduct experiments and analyze results. Those who work with dangerous organisms must follow strict safety procedures to avoid contamination. Most microbiologists work full-time and keep regular hours. Basic researchers usually choose the focus of their research. Applied researchers who work for companies spend more time working on products that the company can sell. They are often under pressure to meet deadlines and follow specifications for grants to fund their research. They may face competition for research grants. What is the workplace of a scientist like? Where don't scientists work? A scientist can be found almost anywhere: universities, government facilities, company labs, for-profit companies, in space, on ships, underground, in hospitals, in private practice and in forests. Pretty much anywhere in the world, and in any industry, there are scientists working in their particular field.